Hello, and welcome to the Cinema Slice. My name is Tony Wynn, and you'll notice that my co-host looks a little different than usual. I'd like to introduce you all to Kaleb Fobair, local filmmaker here in town, and also a new employee here at the Colorton Studios. Kaleb, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris Pinson is out playing Xbox, I think. No, he's at the Xbox Bowl covering the Missouri State Bears as they do their very first bowl game. So Kaleb has graciously is joining me. Obviously, he's here, and we're going to talk a little bit about his filmography, the things he's into, and we'll also talk about the new Supergirl trailer. So, Kaleb, tell me a little bit about filmmaking and what's so special about movies.
I think the most special thing about creating films is getting to tell the story that you want to share with the world. And how, personally for me, I come to films as an escape. You know, we come to watch movies to get away from our everyday lives and to be part of a different world. Which we're going to talk about Supergirl, but I think that is a great example of joining a different world. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the very first movie that you really paid attention to?
Yeah. I always tell people that my favorite movie is Jurassic Park, and that I was a dinosaur kid growing up, but that one has always stuck with me, and even today, every time I rewatch it, I walk away finding something new about it, and that was one of my big inspirations was Jurassic Park, and M. Night's Signs was another big inspiration for me.
Yeah. I mean, you're a younger fellow than myself, but I think you probably grew up still on a lot of the '90s and early 2000s films. I'd assume, and I mean, it was a great moment with a lot of blockbusters and a lot of Spielberg was still doing his thing. M. Night was, starting his career strong for sure. Well, how did that eventually transition into you trying to do your own films?
Yeah, it all started back when I was in 5th grade. We were just doing a daily activity in the library, and they brought out these tablets, and I was introduced to stop motion animation, and they had us all make our own little stop motion, little clips, and that really inspired me to go home and take my own action figures and make these little stop motion films, and that's kind of where it all started. Being in school, I always was writing as well. Again, another favorite movie of mine was Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I would kind of try and mash up Jurassic Park with Raiders and have Indiana Jones going after dinosaurs. So I was always, drawing and writing these stories, and eventually that turned into me parodying TV shows like sitcoms like The Office or Parks and Rec. With my own friends, I would go and just make these funny parodies of the shows, and then that came to me going, wait, why don't I make my own original content? And really in 2020 during the pandemic is when I was like, I think I'm going to make a YouTube channel, and I think I'm going to try making my own stuff and see where it goes. And once that started, I kind of just fell in love with it entirely, and I was having all these big, ambitious ideas, and I just haven't stopped since then. Yeah,
absolutely. We're taking a look at your YouTube channel here with several films, trailers, some movies that you have, original short films. And I mean, this area, surprisingly, it is really great for filmmakers.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that Springfield, Missouri, of all places, would have it, but at the same time, we've got some pretty big names. Obviously, Brad Pitt comes from around here, but John Goodman came from Missouri State. I assume that's where you went to school, right?
Yep.
And I mean, their whole department, the EA department, very specifically for even further enhanced learning instead of just the broad, specializations of different aspects of media and very much filmmaking. But yeah, we have a bunch of film festivals and things like that. Sado 48 being one of the bigger ones around here. Have you ever participated in that, or are you very specifically independent guy and kind of do your own thing?
Yeah, no, I've participated in Sado twice now. Mm-hmm. Prior to moving to Springfield and going to Missouri State, I was very much independent. And once I came here and got into the film program and was meeting all these people, making all these connections, then I started branching out and helping a lot of people on their own projects. Mm-hmm. This last Sado, I was the producer of Cake, directed by Carter Bro and written by him as well. And we walked away with several awards. I think we won Audience Choice. I can't remember everything off the top of my head right now. But no, it was a great year at Sado.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, in your pursuits of studies, did you already have in mind that you wanted to be just very specifically, like, did you want to act? Did you want to direct? Did you already know that right off the bat? Like, what's your preference if given the opportunity?
Yeah, going into Missouri State, I knew that I wanted to be a writer-director and also a director of photography. And the three projects I had the pleasure of making at my time at Missouri State was really me trying to figure out, do I want to lean all the way into directing or do I want to lean all the way into being a cinematographer? And then coming into college with the prior knowledge of already having my own projects, but also being a one-man team and learning all the different roles that occur on a film set and how to work with all these crew members. And now graduated and having these three projects under my belt, I am fully leaning into purely directing.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, right on. So why don't we take a look at some of your work? Is there one in particular you want to show off first?
Yeah, let's do the ticket trailer for The Lost Place. That is my senior capstone project.
Ticket trailer here, okay. Nice and slow. Just breathe. Breathe. Nice.
This year's ultimate holiday hack. Great gifts and as fast as...
And you're doing commercials for Walmart. Look at you. So seeing this, when I think of trailers, ironically enough or coincidentally enough, one of my favorite trailers of all time was actually Jurassic Park's. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but they shot a whole sequence that is not even in the movie as a teaser trailer for the film.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, basically, you're walking through a museum. It's just a POV, and you're hearing sounds and stuff, and you're not exactly sure what's going on. You're hearing mayhem, but again, it's just a smooth shot that finally pans up, and you see the bones, the fossils of a T-Rex, and then Jurassic Park shows up.
That's awesome.
And it's not in the movie at all, but it's set. You know what it is. You have an expectation already. And in this case, this is unsettling. This is like a mystery for sure. In a way, it makes me think almost like Hitchcock, maybe because it's black and white and everything like that. Tell me about this film. What was it? What's a brief plot and what were some of the anything you can tell me about it?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, this was my senior capstone project. So this was my final film for Missouri State, and going into this one, that's a long story, and I'll try to make it super short.
Sure.
But at the time, I was doing a deep dive into analog horror type stuff, and I was really interested in the fact that traditional analog horror, we don't really have any live action footage. It's all analog. So I wanted to create a world that felt like could be based off an analog horror series. And at the time, I pitched this idea I had to one of my good friends, Evely Lathery, and she became my co-writer on this project. So it is post-apocalyptic, and we follow two brothers trying to navigate this apocalypse. And in this world, America has fallen, and we now have what is called the United New Order. And there are no more states. They are called Free Territory. And they're not human. We call them lost ones, and that is Jessie, and she is a lost one. And she is, the best way to describe her is Uncanny Valley. We don't really know what she is, but they have just, her species, I guess you could say, have kind of just appeared in this world and have a way of influencing characters. They kind of bring out the worst in others. So when our two brothers stumble upon her, they decide to take her in because throughout the story we find out that Abel has a really bad connection with a lost one, and that he lost his wife to one of them. So he doesn't trust them. But the younger brother, who is Judas, is kind of naive, and throughout the story, he's like, we can't just kill it. Like she's a living person. And he kind of begins to fall in love with her. And that is where most of our tension comes throughout the film. And it's not revealed till later that we find out that Abel's wife was killed, not directly by a lost one, but was involved in the killing. So we find out why Abel has all this distrust against her, where Judas is like, he just doesn't understand and is blinded by his love, where Jessie, she is different. She really acts as two different people when she is interacting with them. And there's two scenes that are great where we really see that she's able to switch her personality like it's nothing, and that she truly has no emotions, and it's all a facade to her.
Okay. Yeah. Looking at some of the shots here, was this shot here locally?
Yeah, this was shot in Ozark.
Okay. Yeah, and was this a part of a project you guys were working on, or is this something that how long did it take for you to shoot all this?
We filmed, so it's about 35 minutes, and we shot it in 3 weekends, so like Friday through Sunday.
Yeah, man, looks fun. I do love the shots and the atmosphere that you're putting up there. Why don't we take a look at some other stuff here?
Yeah.
If that's okay with you.
Let's look at Room 10. That was kind of a big one that started it all for me where I am today, and also the group I work with.
Sure. All right, everyone, this is Room 10.
Something is wrong with that room, Arthur. I swear to God. That couple that stayed here last week, she agreed with me. I think that's why they left so early.
You're talking to guests about it now?
I'm serious. Every time I go in there, something like this happens. I get whole body chills just walking in.
Maybe the door's shut because it's windy. You shouldn't get in your head about it.
Don't call me crazy, Arthur.
I'm not calling you crazy. I know other people feel this way, but I also know this place. It's been in my family for 3 generations.
I know.
I know this wasn't in the bargain when you said yes, this spooky motel. I promise. I'm worth it.
I love that last shot, by the way.
Thank you.
You know, maybe we can just let this one just kind of go.
Yeah.
As we talk about it. Yeah. So I guess give me a little plot synopsis of this guy.
So Room 10, well, let me say this one was directed by me and my good friend Sophie Evans, and that's me and Sophie right there.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a really fun project. So this one follows a newlywed couple who have just inherited this rundown motel. We meet Arthur and Holly, who are newlyweds. And Arthur's dad had just passed away. So now he has taken over this motel, and they're trying to navigate their new life. Where Holly, you know, they're in their early 20s. This is not the life that she wanted, and she is trying to actively talk Arthur and like, hey, like, let's sell this motel. You know, like, there's much bigger things out there for us. Where Arthur's like, no, like, this hotel has been in my family for, you know, for the past couple generations. Like, this is my legacy. And then two outlaws check into the motel, and they have just robbed a bank and have a huge bag of cash in their room. And Holly stumbles upon this and kind of sees this as an opportunity to have this new life. And that's where things take a turn for the worse. And I won't spoil how it ends. But yeah.
Do you when you're like writing something like this, like is this inspired by something?
So for this one, this motel actually I grew up going to like every year. And I always wanted to film at this motel, and I came up with the concept. And the concept, what we see in the final film, the original concept changed a lot because we wanted to flash forward in between different time periods. This one takes place in the 1970s. And I pitched the concept to Sophie, and she wrote the script for this one. The inspirations for this one that I had was Bad Times at the El Royale, which I think is an underrated film. But usually I do take inspiration from other films, or a lot of the stuff I have, it also has a lot of personal connections with it, and just things that I have experienced in my life that I translate into film.
Gotcha. Yeah. And really, that's the best way to really write about stuff. And plus, I mean, it's easy inspiration because you're right there. Excuse me. So we're running out of time here. Is there? Do you want to do another trailer? Because I think I'd rather stick with, just kind of continuing our journey here than seeing something as our previous plans were.
Yeah.
We want to check out your third movie here?
Sure, yeah, we can check out Roadkill.
All right, Roadkill here. Trailer 1 or 2?
Let's do trailer 2.
Okay.
Hello?
In your message, you said you knew where he is. You tried to save me. Then all I could do was sit there and watch.
As of right now, you're the only known survivor. And what you know could help.
I can't help you. I couldn't even help Matt.
I don't know, man. Something just eating at me.
How do you mean?
I mean, guy at the gas station, April.
We all know what got him.
Hank, you stop that.
Would you care to let us in on it?
Sorry, hun, but that stupid story ain't nothing to pay no mind to.
It's like they really believe it, man.
You can't give me 1 minute! Just move through here to the road, we'll be all right. Hey.
All right. What was that all about, Caleb? What is going on here?
Yeah, so this was a really fun project. When we filmed this one, a majority in Waynesville, and there's a really fun story about this character. So when I moved to Springfield to Missouri State, I met one of my good friends, Gavin Miller, and he works at a haunted house called the Rising Haunted Attraction. It's a real place. It's where we shot the movie, and Gavin created this character called Roadkill. And throughout, the past couple of years, and going to Missouri State, he always wanted me to make a horror film around his character. So we sat down one day, and I just got the writing. And I love found footage horror. It's one of my favorite subgenres of horror, and I think found footage is really one of the most scariest things because it's right there in your face, and it can be real.
Yeah.
And this one isn't your traditional found footage. It does a mix of found footage with traditional cinematography. But this one follows a group of amateur filmmakers. Really, our main two pro tags are student filmmakers. And there's a local disappearance in the area, and he's working on his senior capstone film. And he decides to go out and try to solve this mystery and turn it into a documentary for his project. But they stumble into a much worse situation than just a disappearance, and they stumble upon this urban legend that is called the Pagua. And they encounter it at the end of the film. Yeah.
Nice. In your opinion, what's the best way to scare your audience?
Oh man, I feel like that's a loaded question. I'm against the cheap jump scares. Mm-hmm. They can be effective, but there's a reason why they're called cheap. To me, it's the atmosphere and the tone in building up to the scare that is suspenseful. So I like to have a scene that is, kind of dragged out, but it, hits at the end of the scene. So, for example, in Roadkill, really the reveal of the Pagua. Well, actually, can we bring that up real quick?
Yeah, towards the end here. Just before here.
You can actually go to the film if you want to.
Sure.
And I'll tell you where it is. Yeah. And then kind of go towards the end of it.
I'm trying to get into
it. Go back further. Go back a little bit more. It will be like they're downstairs. A little bit further. A little bit more. Right here.
Oh my God. It's okay. Come here. Come here.
So this scene plays out for a longer time, but they're at the haunted house right now. Mm-hmm. And
We're not leaving.
Quentin right here brings in a girl we meet at the beginning of the movie, and we find the missing body down in the basement.
April? April!
Quentin, do not leave. Quentin, please.
Let go! April!
It's okay.
Who screamed?
No,
God.
April, stop.
Okay. It's gonna be alright. Okay, just leave it alright? Okay. Yeah. Oh, Quentin. Hey.
I've never seen a dead body. I've never seen one.
You gotta go, man. Hey. Run! Let's go. Stop! Run! What was that? Go!
What do we do?
Okay, we need to get back to the car. Okay? So.
I know you're scared. But we have to keep going. We have to keep going. Avery, the only way we're making it out of here alive is if we stick together. I can breathe.
Avery. Okay, calm down. Look at me.
gonna die. Do you understand? We're gonna die. I need you to calm down. Look at me. Look at me.
He doesn't want to go home.
Just breathe. Just breathe. Breathe. Hey. We're gonna be okay. All right? It's gonna be all right. Just breathe. All right? We're gonna be all right. All right? All right, let's go. Let's go.
So this was definitely the most challenging scene in the movie, and I like to build it up to where we're running, and then we're thinking we're getting away, then we see Roadkill at the top of the stairs, and then we have that moment of silence.
Sure.
Where he runs, and I like that. We think we're okay, and then we have that last bite, that last final scare, and then truly that's where it gets worse.
Yeah.
But
all right. Well, that was Roadkill. If you, if we want to see your work and everything, is YouTube the best spot for it? Or?
Yeah. Bearview Films. Room 10 will actually be making its way to YouTube in February. Lost Place is currently in the film festival circuit right now, but it will eventually find its way probably late 2026, early 2027. It really just depends on how we do. Room 10 did really well. We won Best of Festival twice at the Kansas City International Film Festival, and we won Best at Fault Line Film Festival. So we are now finally, almost after 2 years, we are now making its way onto YouTube.
Yeah, well, congratulations on all your success. Looks like looks like you guys are doing some great work. Looking forward to watching these films myself and seeing what you come up with in the future as well. Yeah. Kaleb, you can also find his work on Instagram with Bearview Films and his own site here. Using his name at the top left there, you can see all of his work here. So, Kaleb, thank you so much for joining us and helping me out in my time of crisis here. It was a lot of fun. And if you guys at home really like this little sit down with local filmmakers, we can certainly do a lot more of that. And keep an eye out for Kaleb's work because he's doing great stuff. So for Kaleb, this has been Tony, and this has been the Cinema Slice. We'll see you next week.